People ask me all the time, Rita, what is the single biggest thing I can do to balance my hormones? Should I cut out seed oils? Should I eat more protein? Should I work out? Should I do something different? Should I do intermittent fasting? What is it? And my answer to this might surprise you. Welcome to Health and Hormones. I am your host, Rita Johnson. Here we talk about all things related to health, hormones, natural living, and those amazing bodies that God has given you and how to take care of them better. I'm so glad you're here. So when someone asks me, what is the single biggest thing I can do to balance my hormones? Or what is something every woman should do to balance her hormones? Whether that's in a new season, in the postpartum time, in perimenopause, as we transition to menopause. And truly what I will tell you is that there is no single thing. The most effective thing you can do to balance your hormones is to be consistent. We need to learn how to listen to the language of our own individual bodies. What is my non-negotiables is going to be totally different from yours. It's going to be totally different from another person's. And the reason for that is because our bodies are bio-individual. They are unique. And so is our health history, so is our genetics, so is the way that we talk to and communicate with our body through our mindset, the way we think about our body, the way that we processed or haven't processed spiritual wounds that we carry with us. All of these things play a major role in how then do we best support our body and our hormonal function or dysfunction. So really it needs to be a bit of a paradigm shift. Instead of doing 16 to 18 hours of intermittent fasting every day, instead of really focusing on eating the absolute perfect diet all the time, it needs to be small action steps that we are consistently doing. I like to talk about this, how it's very similar to the spiritual life, right? We don't just all of a sudden have a relationship with the Lord. We have to have lots of conversations with Him. We need to be communicating with Him all the time, just like any other relationship. And just the same is how we need to support our body and our optimal health. If you are somebody who considers yourself very all or nothing, who will do some things so perfect for such a long sustained amount of time that then you crash and burn and end up eating the standard American diet and going out to eat and doing fast food chains and everything else, living these polar opposite existence, that is going to be much more detrimental than if you occasionally have a piece of cake at a birthday or eat ice cream even though dairy bothers you. Right? When we do these small steps, when we sometimes don't do things absolutely perfect, I'm putting that in air quotes, because there is no perfect. This is not a destination. Your health is a journey. And a part of that journey is balancing our hormones because everything else is being supported. I talk about this a lot, how hormones are not your root cause. So if they aren't, then what is? Well, the underlying factors that are going to make a big difference in how your hormones are functioning are things like your digestion working optimally, your blood sugar being balanced, your sleep working well at night so you're getting rested, restorative sleep. We need to be sure that your mindset, your mental language, and how you're dialoguing with yourself is not toxic and an additional source of stress. We need to be sure we're moving our body. We need to be sure that we are working towards supporting these things when there is dysfunction. And then when things start to get really bad, we need to be sure we have people in our corner that can help us navigate through them. For example, if somebody came to me and they wanted to balance their hormones, but they are having nonstop heartburn, indigestion, or their energy is so low in the afternoon that they have to nap every single day or they can't get through the day. These are signs that we need to dive deeper into something else that the body is telling us so that we then can support the hormonal health that is also suffering as a result of these things. And so then as we start to support our body and move forward, we should notice an impact not only in our hormones and if you're charting your cycles in your chart for your cycles, but also in how we feel. This is so often overlooked, especially when we talk about hormones. We forget entirely that our hormones are really dependent on how we're feeling. If we feel like crap, our hormones are going to be struggling. And that is just common sense, right? The most amazing thing that our body can do is grow another human being. Regardless of if you want to optimize fertility in this season of your life or not, that doesn't even matter. What matters is that your body feels safe enough to make those sex hormones, your progesterone, your estrogen. And so we need to be sure that everything else is being supported in our body so that then we can make our sex hormones so we can feel good throughout the day. Our energy can be consistent and we can live and give the life that we want to by loving the people in our world. This is something I feel very passionate about. It's something that I think we're not talking about enough. The way that our body is so interconnected and the way that we then need to support it from this very foundational approach. Are there times that it's one single foundation that's off, that's imbalancing your hormones? Yes, there definitely can be. But overall, anytime we're reducing our body's functioning to one specific function, and this happens whether we are going to a conventional doctor and they're saying, oh, I know why your hormones are off. Your hormones are off because of this one lab test. And if we can get this back into range through supplements or medications, then everything else will follow. It's generally not that simple. Usually there's more we need to do to support and balance all of the systems of our body so that our hormones can respond in kind. So anytime you are being approached with this oversimplified version of all you need to do is intermittent fast, all you need to do is work out, all you need to do is eat a little bit cleaner, I really just want to bring it back to all you need to do is be consistent. But within that consistency, it's finding those things that for your body are going to be most impactful for your overall health. I'm just going to give you a quick example on this for my own personal health. So I know that for myself, if I were to eat gluten or to eat dairy, it derails me. It is not just a flare or an upset stomach for a little bit and then I can move on. If that is how you're responding, we probably should still talk about eliminating those foods. When you're responding like that to something, that's your body's way of telling you it's not able to break that down and it's causing inflammation. However, for me, if I were to eat gluten or dairy, I'm not only going to have extreme stomach discomfort, I also get basically canker sores all over my mouth, including my tongue and inside my inner lips. And it's very painful. It lasts at least a week and it really derails me and makes me very, very tired. Those of you that know me personally know that I have a lot on my plate. I have 6 kids who I absolutely love and they pull me in all different directions because they are 16 to 8 months. I have a business that I love and I'm so passionate about, and I really like the guy that I married. And so I want to have energy and spend time with him in the evenings. And so that just means that I have a lot on my plate and I have no time to be slowed down. So when I know how I feel, when I feel good, there is no piece of me that is tempted by the foods that will cause me to be derailed. And finding that place for you is a big part of your own health journey because it helps us to be consistent. I no longer see myself as somebody that eats the cookies at a birthday party because I know that I can't have them. And that's okay. I have no sorrow over that. I no longer mourn over that because I would so much rather lead a high impact life that I can disregard that and leave that there. And that's what I want for you too. So if you want to know what it might look like to balance your hormones, I have a free guide I'd love to get in your hands. It's my Hormone Balancing Naturally guide, and the link for it is in the description here. Like and subscribe for more content from me.